Welcome to Star Watch Now, your front row seat to all the hottest gossip, drama, and breaking news from the world of entertainment. If it's trending, shocking, or star-studded, we're covering it. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss what's coming next. What if I told you that one quiet afternoon in Shanghai, the world of fandom changed forever? You're scrolling through your phone, sipping your coffee, when suddenly, boom, a photo surfaces. But not just any photo. This Wang Yibo, this Xiao Zhan, and in between them, a child, smiling, laughing, holding their hands. This wasn't a scene from a drama. This was real life, and fans across the globe completely shook. Let's unpack the moment that left millions speechless, and might just redefine what love, family, and courage look like in today's celebrity world. It was a quiet afternoon in Shanghai when the world of fandom shifted without warning. No announcement, no teaser, just a single photo, raw, unfiltered, and profoundly human. Captured outside a sun-dappled cafe tucked away from the city's usual buzz. The image showed Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan walking side by side, with a young child nestled between them. What made the photo explode across social media wasn't just who they were, but how they were. Relaxed, genuine, present. The child, no older than 5, gripped both their hands, looking up with a carefree smile, while Yibo leaned slightly to speak to the child, and Xiao Zhan glanced down with a warmth rarely seen under the harsh lights of celebrity. In less than an hour, the photo had made its way around the globe. It trended on Weibo, crossed oceans to Twitter, sparked fan edits on TikTok, and reached message boards from Seoul to San Francisco. But this wasn't gossip, it felt different. It felt personal. There were no stage lights, no stylists in the background, no handlers whispering cues. It wasn't a photo shoot. It wasn't a press event. It was 3 people moving through a moment that didn't need a script. Witnesses who were present described the scene as almost surreal in its simplicity. The trio had just finished lunch, someone said. The child had laughed loudly while trying to sip a foamy drink. Yibo had helped wipe a spill from their chin with what looked like a reusable cloth tucked in his pocket. Xiao Zhan had pulled the child's hoodie gently over their head when a breeze picked up. These were moments that didn't scream for attention, but they spoke volumes. What made this sighting so powerful wasn't its scandal. It was its tenderness. In a world where celebrity images are controlled, polished, and often distant, this was the opposite. It was unguarded, intimate, and undeniably real. Whether it was a quiet coming out, a casual family day, or something else entirely, no one could say for sure. But for millions of fans, that image wasn't just shocking. It was transformative. It made people feel something deeper than curiosity. It made them feel connected, inspired, and for the first time in a long while, hopeful. In the hours that followed the photo's release, the internet didn't simply react, it investigated. As the initial wave of shock settled, fans from around the world began doing what they do best. Observing, analyzing, and connecting the dots in a way that only a truly invested community can. What began as a single moment captured on camera soon unfolded into something richer, deeper, and far more intimate. It started with the smallest details. A jacket worn by the child, a soft blue with white trim, seemed eerily familiar to some. Within minutes, archived fan photos surfaced, showing Xiao Zhan wearing what appeared to be the adult version of the same jacket during a private birthday gathering the year before. The resemblance wasn't vague, it was striking. Could it have been a custom gift? A symbolic gesture? Fans didn't stop there. A close-up on the child's backpack revealed a tiny pink motorbike keychain, instantly recognized by followers of Wang Yibo as nearly identical to the one he had publicly mentioned during a motorcycle exhibition interview. The significance wasn't lost. This wasn't just about fabric or accessories. It was about continuity, connection, and unspoken care. And then came the videos. Grainy clips from fans seated near the cafe window began circulating, showing fleeting yet tender moments. In one, Yibo gently swept the child's fringe aside as Xiao Zhan handed over a napkin. Their movements perfectly in sync. Not performative, not rehearsed, but instinctive. The kind of coordination that comes from shared experience, not publicity. People didn't just speculate, they remembered. They traced timelines, unearthed old interviews, rewatched past events with fresh eyes. Suddenly, ambiguous quotes once brushed off as vague became profoundly revealing. It wasn't just that fans believed in something. It was that they felt they had been quietly trusted with clues all along. What emerged from this collective investigation wasn't hysteria, but clarity. A story without words, unfolding in still images and soft gestures. Fans weren't just chasing gossip, they were honoring something sacred. They were piecing together a puzzle that, for once, didn't feel like invasion but recognition. As if the artists had, in their own quiet way, allowed the truth to be seen not through headlines or statements, but through trust. And the fandom, in return, responded not with noise, but with awe. Long before the photograph surfaced, before the world collectively held its breath, there were moments, quiet, almost imperceptible, that hinted at a truth far more intimate than anyone dared to imagine. They weren't obvious. They weren't loud. But for those who had watched closely, for those who had followed not just the careers but the humanity of Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan, the clues had always been there, woven delicately between interviews, gestures, and silences. Fans began to look back, not with suspicion, but with a new lens, one shaped by tenderness and trust. In a live broadcast nearly a year ago, Yibo had answered a fan question with a slight, knowing smile, saying, "I've been spending time with someone who keeps me grounded, someone who matters to me." At the time, it had been brushed off as a vague nod to family or a close friend. But now, in the context of that cafe moment, those words echoed differently, more personally, more intimately. Xiao Zhan, too, had left trails. During a magazine interview promoting his latest film, he had paused thoughtfully when asked about the meaning of family. Family, he'd said, is not always about blood. Sometimes it's about choice. It's about protecting someone, quietly and without condition. The statement hadn't caused a stir back then. But for many, that sentence now reads as a declaration, one wrapped in gentleness, but layered with depth. Then there were the subtleties during public events. The way their eyes would meet briefly, just beyond the camera's gaze. The occasional social media posts that seemed almost coded, Yibo sharing a photo of a child's hand-drawn doodle, or Xiao Zhan posting lyrics about home and belonging without context. None of these meant anything on their own. But together, in retrospect, they felt like a silent conversation with those who cared enough to listen. These weren't signs meant to incite gossip or fuel fantasy. They were quiet truths, pieces of a private world that was never meant to be exploited, only understood by those who truly saw them. And now, with a single photo as context, it all aligns. Not as proof, but as poetry. Because sometimes the truth doesn't arrive in a headline or a press release. Sometimes it unfolds softly, through time, through patience, through the eyes of those who never stopped believing. This isn't just about two celebrities. It's about two people choosing love, care, and visibility in a world that often demands silence. And it's about a child safe, happy, and deeply loved, regardless of what the labels are. Across cultures, whether you're in Seoul or San Francisco, Manila or Marseille, this image speaks a universal language: kindness, vulnerability, joy. Here's what eyewitnesses claim wasn't shown in the viral photo. The trio shared a pancake brunch, with the child giggling over whipped cream mustaches. Xiao Zhan brought out a tiny sketchbook to draw cartoon doodles, while the child colored them in. Yibo apparently carried a folded picnic mat under his arm, suggesting this wasn't just an accidental stroll, but a planned day out together. And most unexpectedly, they left the cafe holding a handmade card, with scribbled crayons spelling out, "Thank you, Baba and Papa." It may not have been photographed, but someone who sat nearby swears they saw it. No official statements, no PR teams rushing in to explain, no damage control. And that silence felt intentional, felt peaceful, because maybe they don't feel the need to explain love. Maybe they've grown beyond labels and rumors. In Japan, fans left origami cranes at a fan cafe tribute wall. In Indonesia, Twitter flooded with artwork titled, "Family is a Feeling." In the Philippines, fans launched a charity drive in the child's honor, supporting local orphanages. In France, one fan wrote, "They didn't need to tell us they're a family. We saw it. We felt it. We may never know the full truth. And that's okay. What matters is what we saw. A moment of warmth that cut through the noise, the fame, the media, and showed something raw and beautifully human." So whether they are romantic partners, lifelong friends raising a child, or two men who chose found family, they've started something bigger than just fan speculation. They've started conversations about parenthood, love, and freedom. If this story touched you, inspired you, or simply made you smile, hit that subscribe button and join our global family of fans who believe in love that's bold, soft, and real. Leave a comment below. Speech Balloon, what was your reaction when you saw the photo? Speech Balloon, do you think we'll see more moments like this in the future? Thanks for watching, and remember, in a world full of noise, be the person who sees the quiet beauty. Stay kind, stay open, and always keep believing in love. Clapperboard, until next time, this is your storytelling companion, signing off.